Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Princess Beyond Passions. My name is Princess. Henceforth, you're going to be seeing a lot of this kind of reaction videos. I used to do reaction videos, every once in a while in my lifestyle segment in this channel. But now I have decided to increase the reaction videos that I bring to you in my lifestyle segment. This channel is really about lifestyle, family, sit down talks on relationship and general well-being. But right now I want to increase the reaction videos that I bring to you in my lifestyle segment. All right. I would like to say thank you to all my subscribers and all my returning subscribers. It's been a long while since the last time I said thank you, because usually when I introduce my videos, I want to make it quick and get into the videos. All right, but I just want to use this opportunity to say thank you once again for always coming back to view my videos. I hope you all are doing well. Anyways, back to today's topic. Today we have a topic at hand, and I have several videos that I have drawn out of social media to react to based on the topic that we have at hand. And what is the topic? Who should pay the bill on a first date? That is the topic of discussion today. When a man invites a woman out, who should pay the bill? Should it be split between the two people first date, or should the person who initiated the dates pay the bill, or should the man pay the bill? Let's hear from the people. Let me not preempt the video. Let's hear from the people, and then at the end we'll draw conclusions. So let us get into the videos.
17 years?
Oh, okay.
I go on these dating website advice things, and I read recently that a woman should offer to pay for 50%, half the dinner on the first date. So they said men would definitely say no, but they'll appreciate the effort. Well, the last couple of times they've said yes. So I thought, this backfired. Let me see. My question is, do men really appreciate it, and should women offer to pay for half on the first date?
No, they don't appreciate it, and you shouldn't offer it. It's just, look. You know what? I really get sick of dating sites trying to play both sides of the fence. You want to match a woman up with somebody, but then you want her to be this totally independent, standalone person. Well, guess what? A man can't be an independent, standalone person. A man, a heterosexual man, is nothing without a woman. Zero. Nothing. Ask him. Listen to me. Ask any heterosexual man, and he'll tell you, without women, this don't work. This is nothing without you. Do you understand that? That's period. So stop teaching these women stuff that they don't need to know. Right. If a man asks you out and he's not willing to buy you a plate of food, how can you possibly think that this guy can take care of a family?
Okay. Uncle Steve says, if a man asks you out and he cannot afford to buy you a plate of food, how can you possibly think that such a man will be able to provide for you? That's a great question. Well, let's listen to more views on this particular subject. Let's hear another man.
He has to pay for you on every date. You've got to understand something. Society and darkness has a plan, and that is for men to become more like women and women to become more like men. So traditional values are being looked upon as bad. It's not about if you can pay or not. It's about allowing a man to fully be able to provide for you, not just physically and financially, but also emotionally, spiritually, and sexually. Because if you can't do all of those things, your heart knows, and eventually your soul will tell you, you will lose respect for him. And when you lose respect for him, you will lose connection for him. And when you lose connection for him, your body will not be able to open and receive him. And that's when the sexual relationship goes away. Set your standards right now, because your heart already knows what it needs to feel completely safe in his presence.
Did you guys hear that? That was coming from another man. Did you hear his perspective? All right. Let's hear another person.
Who pays on a first date, the man or the woman?
It's a complex, this whole equality thing, I'm a champion for it, but I also believe in being natural, and as a man, I want to show a woman that I appreciate her even coming to this. There's a lot of dangerous men out there. So that in itself, that a woman goes to dinner with you and trusts you that much, I feel like, yeah, like she's the one in the weak position because you're stronger physically than her. So I feel like guys out there, don't be quick to ask them to pay. Like, you should pay because she's out there and she's giving you that trust. Show up to see what you're talking about.
Even if the date doesn't go well,
or if the date doesn't go, it doesn't matter, man. She's there with you. You should pay for her meal.
Did you hear that? He said, even if the date doesn't go well, a man still has to pay. It's not so much about the money, but you can hear from the different perspectives what the men have to say. Okay, let's go on and hear from a woman this time around.
On a first date, would you always expect a man to pay? Yes, I would. Every time on a first date, I would expect a man to pay. You know why? Not necessarily because he's a man and I'm a woman, but because I would want somebody to ask me out, who is a man, who is chasing me and pursuing me. That's the format I like. I like the man to be asking me out. And in etiquette, the person who is asking and trying to woo the other person is the one that pays. If I ask you out for a dinner lunch and I want to pick your mind about something or pick your brain, I'm going to be paying. I expect the same. If a man takes an interest in me and he has asked me out, then he is asking me for my time. So yes, I would expect a man to pay because he is the one who's asking me out.
Yes. Makes sense, guys. Okay, let's hear someone else.
I pay for everything. Because
Same here. You always pay.
I'm a guy.
Guys always pay.
Yeah, okay.
Quick tip to guys, if you can't afford to pay for yourself and the other person,
Don't go out.
you're not in that season yet. Accept it and work on yourself. Get a good job. And when you're at that stage to go out with
Then do
people,
it.
always pay for the other person.
That's what I always been taught. Always
yeah.
pay.
My mom always told me that. Man always pay.
Yeah.
Man
And that's
always
what,
pay.
and I always stick to that.
He said, you have to be ready for that season. I mean, if you are a man and you are not ready for the season, that is, you are not ready to pay for a meal, a plate of food, glass of drink for a woman that you are asking out on a date. If you are not able to do this, you have not yet come into that season. So there is a season, there's a time and season for everything, is what he is saying. There is a time to be a boy and there is a time to be a man. If you are going to ask a woman out on a date, you should be able to pay for a plate of food or for a glass of drink for that woman. Nobody is saying go to a place where you cannot afford. But if you are not able to take a woman out and pay for her food on a first date, then what are you doing asking a woman out?
I am a pro dating coach, and this is 3 things that every single man should be doing for you on a first date. And if he doesn't, well, he's not the one for you because you deserve better. Anyway, here they are. Number 1, he should plan that first date. He should ask you what you're into and what you enjoy, and then plan the date around it accordingly. He shouldn't be making the effort to plan a date on the first date. That's his job. Number 2, a man should always pay for the first date. Say if you want to split the bill, that's cool and fine, but a gentleman will always say, thanks for the offer, but I got this. And number 3, at a date, he should not leave you wondering if he had a nice time with you or not. He should always be the person to text you first.
This last person even took it a bit further. A man should do 3 things on a first date. Plan that date, pay the bills for that first date, and at the end of the date, text or call the lady to find out if it went well or whatever. Just courtesy demands that you call her or text her. There's just no two ways about it, is there? So for those of you who are asking who should pay for the first date, I mean, you have clearly heard what the men are saying and also from a woman's perspective. I am of the old school and I tend to stand with the tradition of a man paying for the first date. I mean, if a man asks me out, I should expect that that man should pay the bills for the first date. Of course, you know that I have my own money. I can afford to buy myself a plate of food. Without you, the man, I can afford to take myself out to any restaurant or anywhere I would like to eat or whatever I want to eat, and I know that I can afford to buy myself that meal, right? But what we are talking about here is if you happen to invite me out on a date, of course I expect that you should buy the plate of food or whatever it is. You pay for the meal or pay for the date. How much is the bill that we are going to be splitting, for example? How much is it? I mean, if you expect me to be splitting bills with you on our first date, then it means that if we're going to have a second date, I have to have my own money. And if we're going to have a third date, I have to have my own money. And of course, it depends on what the woman wants. I know what I want. And I am not of that school where a man would invite me out on a first date and expect me to pay the bill. You invite a woman out and then you expect her to split the bill or pay the bill. Then I think it's a thing of the mind. It's a thing of maturity. If you are not yet a man, then you are not yet a man. According to one of the men, what one of the men said. If you have not come to the season, then accept it that you have not come to the season. But if you have come to the season, if you have reached a stage where you know that you can invite a woman out, then you should accept your responsibility and do the needful. That's what I think. I would like to say thanks to all the people who created these videos that I am reacting to. Thank you for watching this video. If you like what we do here, please give this video a thumb up and subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell to all so you'll stay updated with our videos. And if you would like to share, please feel free to share the videos, and please drop your comments on this subject. Okay, I'll see you in my next video here or there.